Hi everybody and welcome back. You know what it costs to do a loft conversion here in the UK? It's 55 to 80,000 pounds. Now in today's video, I'm going to discuss how you can do a low cost loft conversion, but more importantly, how you can do it as a business. And if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Sholly. I post videos weekly of businesses you can start with little or no money. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, get involved, and let's get straight into it. Now, one of the main costs in a loft conversion is a whole structural change, putting in RSJs, building dormers and all that kind of stuff. But what if you didn't do that and you took a loft and you made it into a usable room, like an extra bedroom, a home office, or even a gym? Now let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a typical loft in the UK. When I say loft, in America they call it an attic. I don't know what they call it in China or Turkey or whatever country you're watching this from. Loft is the extra room, the extra wasted space you have in a home. So you see this room over here? This is a regular loft, bunch of beams in the middle. Let me show you what they've done to it. Beautiful. Look at this home office. And they haven't done any structural change to this. Now, you know what this cost? If they were to turn this size room into a loft in the UK, we're talking about 60 grand. Do you know what it cost them? The owner of the house, if he were to pay a contractor like you can be, if he were to pay a contractor like you can be, got that right, he probably paid about 15 grand. You know what it cost? In material, about 8, including labor, and it probably took about 2 weeks. It's very simple what they've done. They've just widened the beams a little bit. They put in, obviously, insulation, boarding onto the walls. They've put carpet on the floor. They've actually also installed a window, so maybe it cost a little bit more to put that window in. And they've put electricity in. Now, I'm not sure what they've done about stairs. I'll discuss that in a second. But excluding the stairs, this probably cost the owner of the home about 15 G's. Took a couple of weeks, and you've made a few £1,000s. Is this legal? Absolutely. Well, in most places. Planning permission is not normally required unless you're going to change the structure of the house. Now, in answer to the whole stair situation, well, there's a few different ways of doing it. One, you can have a fancy loft ladder, which is a bit of a faff, but if you want to just have a home office for yourself that you're going to use occasionally, they're quite decent. They don't cost a lot of money. They're very accessible, very easy to get in and out from. Another way is you can make if there's room, you can make the loft hatch a little bit wider and build a narrow spiral staircase. There are so many options. Go on the internet, find them. I'm not going to go through them all over here. So again, the idea, the concept is to take the loft and make it into a usable room. Let me show you another one. You see this loft? The picture below is how it used to look. This is a typical loft. Looks like, I'm not going to say what it looks like. This is not a place I'd want to go up. And when you go and look at the after picture, what they've done with it, they've simply put insulation in. They've put insulation in the floor. They've put plaster boards on the walls. They've put flooring in. So they've probably started off with something like just basic floorboarding. And then on top of that, they did laminate flooring. They've obviously done the whole electricity. You can have electrical heaters up there. And it's already got a window, as you can see from the before picture. And then they've put a nicer window in. They've painted it beautifully. And they've made it into an extra bedroom. What did it cost them? Probably again about the same, between 15 and 20k. What does it cost you? Without the stairs? I reckon 6 to 12,000. It really depends how you do it and what kind of materials you use. Obviously the flooring will cost different, and the window depends what kind of window you use. But it's a very simple procedure to do, if you know what you're doing, that is. Let me show you another one. Another before and after. Now this one's a little bit larger, and what they've done is they've made a nice big office / lounge. This one is huge, but they haven't changed the structure of the building. So they haven't had to have any structural engineers. They don't have any building control. Most importantly, they don't need any planning permission for this. And another great thing it does is it increases the value of your home. So besides having an extra room in your house, when it comes to selling, it should increase the value of your home. Obviously subject to all different kind of regulations, and it depends what kind of city and country you're from. But look what they've done here. The ceiling is basic. They've just covered it over. The biggest thing I see in this room that they've done is they fitted Velux windows all over the place to make it bright and airy. And yeah, those windows do cost a little bit. I can tell you the cost for those is about £450 each. They got quite a few here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6. They have also windows in the wall. So yes, they've done a number on this one. But if they were to convert this into a proper loft extension, with changing the whole structure and having dormers and all that, we're looking at £100,000. And if they were able to get away with doing this for £25,000, with your cost being probably just over half of that, it's Christmas come early. I think it's genius to solve the problem of the huge expense of doing a loft conversion, a full-on conversion. You can do this as a low-cost option. Everybody benefits from it. The homeowner gets another home office, gets a home office or another bedroom. You have a beautiful income, and you don't have to be a carpenter or a professional in this. You can be a contractor. There's a limit on how many people you can have working here because it depends on the space. If it's a small space, I don't think more than 2 or 3 people would be viable. But this project, excluding the windows, is no more than 2 or 3 weeks work. Doing the windows probably took about a week or 2. It depends how many people they had on the project. Now, when I talk about price and cost, what it cost, my figures are not accurate. You got to do your own homework. You know, it depends where you are. You got to do your own homework in your city, in your country. Now, before COVID, when I was doing home renovations, if you've watched my previous video, you would know that I renovated Airbnbs and I did projects for landlords. I looked into this as a business, and I actually put some advertisements out there to see if there would be any interest. When I did that, obviously I did my homework, and the calculation I came to at the time of a couple of projects I was going to see, my costs would have been £6,000 to £7,000, and I gave quotes of over £15,000, and the time frame to do the jobs was 2 to 3 weeks for 2 people. I can't really tell you now why I didn't get into it back then at the time. Well, maybe I was busy with everything else and I just didn't have time for it. There's a little bit more to it, but here is not the place for it. But today, you know, inflation is at record highs, and the cost of materials have gone up, the cost of labor have gone up, and so has the cost to do the jobs. So my figures may not have been accurate, but you get the idea. You do your own homework where you live. See what everything costs. You know, you'll need chipboard, you'll need plasterboards, you'll need insulation, you will need floorboarding and flooring. You'll be able to offer all different kinds of flooring for this. Electricity, lighting. Again, your clients might want more expensive lighting. You know, painting and decorating the walls and the ceilings, heating and air conditioning, windows, access, which is extremely important because that's probably 20% of the cost, is the actual access to the loft. Look into it where you live and you will see there is a huge margin in this, and the demand is surprisingly high, mainly being because of the cost of doing a proper full-on loft conversion. I have a lot more to say about this and I can go into a lot more detail, but what I want to do is I want to actually make a video of me doing this as a business and to film how it was done, from giving the quotes to doing the actual work and doing the finish. So until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the idea. Tell me in the comment section below what you think of it, and if you have any questions or any input to it. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.